The secret to unlocking flexibility in any muscle is understanding its opposite. In my last video, we looked at the three component parts of the hamstring muscles. And in this video, I want to look at the opposite or antagonist muscle, specifically the psoas and the iliacus, which run from the back to the front of the pelvis. Understanding how to feel and contract this is the key to unlocking your hamstring flexibility. And as always, after a few nice panoramas of the city, let's get right into it.
So as we start the practice with the right foot forwards and start to fold forwards over it in a half Hanumanasana, keep the foot on the right leg straight. So just feeling into the hamstrings of the right leg, and at the same time just start to contract the psoas muscle or the top of the left hip. It's as if you want to push the knee of the left leg forwards and drag the heel of the right foot back. See if you can feel that. And then briefly bend the right leg so that you stretch off the psoas muscle or the left hip. Then come back and take your left leg perpendicular across the length of the mat and fold forwards again as before. This time you can let your chest hang towards the inside of your right thigh. Come back to the first position and this time fold, but flex the foot and see if you notice any difference in the hamstrings. Again, contract the left hip flexor if you can. It's as if you're trying to drag that left knee forwards. Rebend the right leg and gently stretch off the hip flexor. This time we fold back into the second position, so with the left shin perpendicular across the mat, but pull the toes of the right foot up this time and take a few breaths here. Rebend and stretch off the left hip as before. This time ground the left hand and start to twist towards the right side. You can keep your right hand on your hip if you wish. Or if you prefer, you can reach the right hand up towards the sky and just draw a straight line between both hands. And as before, squeeze that left hip. It's as if you want to bring your right heel and left knee towards each other. Just stretch off the left hip briefly. This time straighten the right leg, pull the toes back and come into your twist with your right hand either on your hips, or for a bit more of a balance challenge, extending the right hand up towards the sky. Stay focused on that left hip and make sure it's contracted. Come down with the right hand and turn to face the long edge of your mat. And gently shimmy the hips from left to right, just releasing the hamstrings, the inner thighs, before we switch over to the second side, so left foot forwards this time. Begin by sitting back, straightening the left leg and keeping the toes pointed, again engaging the iliacus and psoas muscles by trying to slide the right knee forwards towards your right hand. Gently bend to release the hip, bring the right shin perpendicular across the mat, and fold back a second time, this time with your chest to the inside of your thigh. The foot is still pointed. Turn towards the left knee again. This time we fold with the left leg straight and foot flexed, remembering to keep pushing that right knee forwards. Rebend to release the right hip, bring the knee perpendicular across the mat, and fold to the inner left thigh as before, but this time pull the toes of the left foot up. Come back to face the left leg as before, start to fold. Keeping the toes of the left foot pointed, we ground the right hand and start to twist to the left side. Option to take the left hand up into the air or keep it on your hip. And just remembering to engage that right hip flexor. So actively try to press your right knee into the ground, if not slide it forwards. Come down, release, and fold over the left leg as before, this time pulling the toes back towards you, and choose whether you want to have your left hand on your hip or extend it out in a T shape towards the sky. Stay active with that right thigh, so keep the right thigh working as if you want to draw it towards your right hand. Then gently come down, rebend the left leg to release. Face the long edge of your mat and you can shimmy the hips from left to right a few times as we did the first time. Coming into some Skandasanas, first extend the right leg out and point and flex your toes. Then windscreen wipe them from left to right. Switching over to the left leg, extend that out, start to point and flex the toes. And then windscreen wipe the toes of the left foot from left to right, just making sure you feel into the hamstring, notice the effects that's having. And come into the center with your body, fold forwards. There's an option here to loosen off the chest.
And that's it from me, Andreas. I hope you found the video useful. Please smash that like and subscribe button to help me grow the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, enjoy your practice and see you next time.